Greetings and welcome to Old Drunken Discography, where old friends and fans come together to BS, argue, occasionally agree, and discuss a musical artist. Today, we are interviewing Putney Swope.
Yo,
Right.
I don't know if do we call you that or do we call you Joe, since we know you as Joe.
I can go by either. I'm good with either.
Joe Swope.
So he sent us a
Lucky fella.
early copy of his new album. We listened to it. The review will either be up before this or after this. I don't know. Time's weird. So, interview-wise, you guys got any questions?
Well, I mean, how did the record come about, Joe?
Really, it was just like it took about 3 years, and just whenever I feel like making something, I make it, and they all come out different. But I started gathering a collection and kind of trying to, guide the mood. So I put them together as, to feel like it's a journey, like a audio journey,
Oh, it's a journey for sure. I liked it a lot. So you've been working on this like just bits and pieces through over 3 years. Like there was no firm idea ahead of time. Like you just found some parts that all work together, kind of thing.
It started like that. I've probably got, I don't know, 40 or 50 songs that are near completion. So I ended up just kind of, gathering some that I felt fit together well, and then finishing them all off to kind of make a smooth thing.
It's beautiful.
And so what's the plan for this? Are you, obviously it's going to come out on Bandcamp, and we'll have the links below. But is there going to be a physical release? Are you going to do any live shows behind it?
I would very much like to have a physical release. I just have to see kind of how it goes. It's going to be streaming and on Bandcamp at first, and eventually I would like to order some vinyl, if for no other reason, just so I could have it on vinyl and I could have Christmas gifts for the rest of my life for my friends and family. So
I'd buy it on vinyl. I'd pay for it on vinyl.
Vinyl is so expensive to actually press these days, though. It's pretty ridiculous.
And you have to buy a minimum of like 100. So it's like,
yeah. So but that's why I was including the live shows. I don't know if you're doing anything. I'm not even sure how this would work live, honestly.
It's well, that's kind of the thing. I didn't write any of this stuff with the plan to do it live. I do perform live here and there.
Okay.
I've got a release party this weekend, and I'm going to perform a little bit there, but none of these songs, because none of them are really written like that. They're kind of composed for a full band. But yeah, I think in the future I'm going to try and kind of make more songs that are performable, I guess.
Okay.
Because I think I would need at least like 6 people to perform this one. So
yeah, there's a lot going on. It's great.
For sure.
I think you did win the ODD award for best song titles of the year, though.
Yeah, so very much so. So far, at least. Well, we don't know what
goes rogue. That shit's pretty good.
Yeah.
Thanks. It's always tricky because most of them are instrumentals, so it's like tricky to name your instrumentals to capture the feeling of the song.
But like you kind of do though, because like Miss Congeniality's Cosmic Comedy is like really pretty. So I mean, it kind of fits. Like, I could see how you come up with that.
And I can totally see Opie riding the lightning. So,
Psycho Sad Sicko is
it's a dark one.
Yeah, it's a dark. The album kind of goes dark towards the end, though, a little bit.
I just want to hear Lewd 1 and Weirdo number 1 too. I want to hear the beginnings of those.
Well, Lewd 1 is actually on my first EP that I put out a few years back.
Oh, sweet.
So it exists. Weirdo number 1 does not. That was just, I was started working on it and had no idea what to call it, and just that turned into that was the project name, and it stuck.
Gotcha.
I love it. Yep. And then obviously we were going to want to know about this artwork.
The artwork, Well, I mess around. I'm a digital artist professionally, but I mess around with photography. So basically, I took a bunch of 35 millimeter stills. The stairway is actually the stairway in Hollywood where they do the red carpet for the Oscars every year.
Okay.
Okay. And then the women on the stairs, I found a bunch of old pajama ads from the 50s, and then I kind of digitally sketched on top of them to alter them and put them in. Then I sprayed blood splatter all over the stairs because I felt like it fit. And then I bought a Polaroid printer because that's a thing that they make now. I bought a Polaroid printer and I printed it out on Polaroid to get the overall like look of it.
That was brilliant.
Very cool. Yeah, it's a great composite, and I feel it really fits the tone of the album too. It's a little dark and mysterious.
Thanks.
That was some of my notes was because it's coming out around fall time. I know it's still like hot as hell here, but it has a very like autumn feel, like a fall spooky color scheme, the music. Like it's a really good fall album to listen to.
I mean, I definitely like creepy things. The only single I have out right now is Weirdo Number 2, and everybody that listens to it, like says it sounds like a Danny Elfman thing. And so it's like, yeah, that's definitely in there somewhere.
Yeah. Has anybody else picked out that that's Criswell?
No, they have not. They have not.
It's a shame. That's what hooked me. I mean,
well, it's funny because that's pretty obvious, right? Like if you've seen Plan 9 from Outer Space, it's the opening monologue.
Exactly.
The expertly written opening monologue. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's I hear it occasionally being used. In electronic based music or whatever, and I love it every time. So, what the impetus? Just because it is such an awesome speech to start something off.
Yeah, it just seemed like a good way to start the album. Like I made the little overture, and I don't know if you guys know much about music theory, but I wrote it in Locrian because Locrian is considered the least musical of the modes, and so I wanted to open it up in the least musical way. But then after that, Criswell takes over.
Yeah, no, it's great. I also get like I don't know if you've heard the Secret Chiefs 3 or not.
Oh, I've seen them live a couple times.
Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah, I as have I. They're amazing. And there was some real feelings there where I felt like you were kind of going in that direction almost. That was really cool. So
I'm definitely a fan.
Okay, cool. Right on.
Like speaking of, like, what would you say some of your influences were? Because like for me, I've got a very small view into that sound space, like I heard some Psychic TV, I heard some Moom, and I heard some of the books, but I also heard some bungle in a way, and like just a lot of awesomeness. Like what were you thinking when you were making it?
I mean, I'm a huge fan of the books and Nick Samuto and the stuff he does. And then I'm a huge fan of like Mr. Bungle and Aphex Twin and Danny Elfman, of course. And that's where a lot of it comes from, I guess. And then as a banjo player, I have to squeeze that in wherever I can.
It's very nice. Like I really, really actually very much enjoyed the record. And I'm super stoked about it.
Yeah, can I ask like how it was recorded? What are you using? Is it all MIDI?
No, it's kind of all over the place. I've got a ridiculous collection of hardware synthesizers, so there's a lot of that in there, and then a lot of I like to mix in acoustic instruments with those hardware synthesizers and drum machines. And one song actually has real drums on it. I don't know if you caught that.
I didn't catch that actually. I'm gonna have to go back and listen.
Yeah. One song I was when I was writing it, I just had a drum loop going, and I was just like, man, I need to get a real drummer on this. So I did. And
I probably just heard it as part of the loop, but I'm gonna have to go back. Okay. So are you running everything in through Pro Tools?
I use Ableton.
Ableton. Okay. Cool. Okay.
I've used Ableton for about 10 years. But yeah, it's like I don't know. A lot of it was just really serendipitous. Like with Weirdo Number 2, the Japanese part, I wrote kind of a carnival barkers, like welcome to the Putney Swope's freak show type of thing. And then I was talking to my friend whose wife is Japanese, and so like we decided to have her translate it and read that, and that was the Japanese part.
Okay,
And
that's cool.
It was awesome. Man.
Now, what's the story with a murder ballad fairy tale?
I always wanted to do a murder ballad. Like I've always just been into murder ballads, but I mean the murder ballads generally are some dude murdering his girlfriend type of stuff, and so I decided to do one that was a female jilted lover who kills her husband and his girlfriend, and I found a voice actor to read the part, and then I played some banjo parts and some guitar parts, and then ran it all through a modular synthesizer to make it weird.
Well, I can't wait to see the credits on this thing, because
Is that you narrating?
No, I found a voice actor to do it.
Okay.
Like my mixing engineer does ADR and voiceover recording a lot, and he's like, I know a guy. I was like, sweet.
Well,
I tried to do it, and it just sounded stupid. So I was like, I need to get somebody who has a voice for that.
Now, Soliloquy, that's you though.
Oh yeah, that's me. That's why the voice sounds stupid in it.
That was creeping me out because it was like the way you recorded it. You were like all around me, whispering at me, and it was like creeping me out.
Well, good. That means it was effective.
Definitely effective.
It's a really good album. The production on it is fantastic.
Yeah, it sounds phenomenal.
Yeah, it takes you on a journey. It's a really good album.
Thanks,
and
guys.
we're here for it, for sure.
So if when this comes out, you can go to Bandcamp and kick my boy some money and download this, and it'll be awesome.
Yeah. I like money. Money's sweet. I've got some merch too. I made some merch just last week, and I sent you guys my little ad that I made for the merch,
which is pretty good. That was pretty good.
Possibly the greatest thing I've ever done. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about that.
Maybe
and that'll all be available on Bandcamp too, or
no, I'm using Printful which is like a made to order thing, so I don't have to buy like a big stack of them. So it's kind of like it's on Etsy, so people order it from Etsy, and then Printful makes it and sends it out, which
whatever works.
Saves money for sure.
Yeah, well, if I sell a lot and I'm selling a lot, I would make more money if I printed them out, but I just wanted to kind of see where the demand was. And I mean, so far it's not done bad, but yeah.
Well, we'll have the link below, and you should go buy a t-shirt and listen to this record. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I agree.
Pack.
Yeah, you should definitely get a fanny pack.
Yeah, my wife still wears fanny packs.
I mean, dude, I designed the fanny pack and put it up there just because I wanted a new fanny pack. So
I mean, they're coming back again. They're having a moment, I think. So I think it's a good time.
Yeah.
And that's when you stick the album on a flash drive and call it like the deluxe edition or something.
Yeah. Drop it in the fanny pack.
Yeah, exactly.
Like 3 different versions of each song. It'd be dope.
We got anything else?
I don't know, Joe. What do you have? We'll give you. What do you want to say to the people?
What do you want to tell the people?
Yeah,
millions of followers.
Go listen to it. I mean, it is what it is. Like, it's not a pop album, obviously, but I think
moments.
There's moments. Yeah. Well, it's funny. The title "Miss Congeniality's Cosmic Comedy" came like originally because the samples I used in it were from like an old 50s PSA video where they were teaching people how to make friends.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a Mystery Science Theater vibe going on some of these songs. Honestly, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's
retro.
I'm a big Zappa fan, so I like the idea of like having some comedy mixed in with what I do.
It's good. You can't take yourself too seriously. Then it all goes wrong.
Yeah, then it's yeah, exactly.
Very nice.
Yeah, we'll do a full review. We have it recorded. We just got to release it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I've never had anything reviewed before. I mean, I had my last EP, like got one like blog write up, I think, but I've never had a video review. I'm going to post it everywhere, by the way, just so you know.
Perfect. We're
I didn't
already
know
going out
you
to
had to pay
millions and
for
millions of people. So.
like you have to pay for people to review your stuff now. Somebody was telling
Sometimes,
me.
Yeah, well, there are services for that. The thing is, though, you get rejected like most of the time, especially like my album doesn't really fit into like a genre very cleanly.
Yeah,
it's unique.
And so I'm like I send it out to people that have like experimental playlists and blogs and stuff, and they're like, yeah, this is cool experimental stuff, but it doesn't fit with the experimental stuff that we usually write and post about. I'm like,
that's why you gotta slip in that $20 or whatever it is these days.
Yeah,
that. And then it's their experimental type.
It sucks so much that everything is a hustle these days.
It really is.
Yeah, I'm still debating. Like, I don't know. Did you guys see the video I put out for Weirdo number 2? I don't know if you guys saw it or not.
I haven't had a chance to see that yet.
Well, basically, I found artwork laying around the house that my kids made and kind of South Park animated it all. But
we'll have that link below too for everybody.
Yeah, down below. Sweet.
Yeah, that's right. In the comments and in the description or whatever it's called, next to the bell that you're supposed to click with your thumb.
Does anybody actually click that? Like, do any of you do it? Because I don't.
I never use the bell.
I never use the bell.
I have like once.
Subscribe to things.
Yeah.
It just sends you an email, right?
Yeah,
I'm not sure how it works now.
Regardless, it's too much. YouTube, you're trying too hard. Chill out a little bit.
The algorithm will give it to me if I really need to see it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
which is why this is in everybody's algorithm, because everybody's gonna see it.
I just found out the other day that the algorithm like promotes you faster if the comments have at least 5 words in them. Yeah. Like, I didn't know that was a thing, but I'm gonna start because I usually
and it
just
works
give, like,
exponentially too. Like if you get like, I don't know the exact numbers, but if say you get like 25 likes, then that boosts you up, and then if you get to like 75 likes, that spreads your algorithm even further. And then then it's tied in with the comments too. So if you've got like 400 likes but only 2 comments, they're gonna think something's up, and so you're gonna get kicked out of the algorithm.
Yeah,
YouTube. Yeah, it's all a bunch of silliness.
It's a brutal game.
It's nonsense.
We're gonna lose.
That's right, but we're gonna have fun doing it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for making a beautiful record of music, Putney Swope, and also your photography is madness, and I love it very, very much. I like as a like outside of this album cover, I'm just a fan of your photography on top of everything else.
Yeah, you post a lot of good stuff on Facebook.
You're really good.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. Thanks for checking it out, and give it some more spins.
Oh yeah, always.
So we look forward to you coming back for Jimi Hendrix in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
It's going to be a long one, but it'll be fun.
If you ever go down the Zappa rabbit hole, I'm your dude. By the way, if you guys ever go down the Zappa rabbit hole, I'm your dude.
I'm trying to convince them to do it.
We're going to need you to guide us through it. In fact, I would say.
What's up?
We're going to need you to guide us through it, I think. So if we do that, you're there.
A few years back, me and my friends went on a Zappa quest, and basically every Friday we went to my friend's recording studio and listened to an album front to back, and we were doing it chronologically. It took us about a year and a half, and we got through the 80s at least.
Like 1972.
No, we got into the 80s. We got like I think to 86 or 87, and then the other guys both had kids at the same time, and it was over. The quest was over.
So you guys haven't done Jazz from Hell yet?
Oh, we did. That was one of the last ones we listened to. Actually, was Jazz from Hell. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm a Zappa fan too, so I love it.
Smashing Pumpkins
and the Mothers
so bad now.
I had a friend at work, Chase, who was a line cook at the restaurant I worked at for forever, and he would throw on Captain Beefheart and random Zappa things, and I was always super impressed. I don't know if I have the patience to do it. You know, I respect that man a lot.
Yeah. Well, he was just a really, really freaking smart dude. You watch like documentaries and interviews, and it's like
Yeah.
just a really smart dude, really sharp.
Way ahead of his time.
No, for sure.
I have his.
He saw
book.
through the
I've read it
bullshit,
a
as
few
they say.
times. It's incredible.
Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy. Like that dude would write out an entire album on paper in like a week or two, and then bring in the musicians to play it.
Yeah, the God, I can't remember his name, but he plays Bill in the Bill and Ted movies. He just did a documentary about.
Oh yeah.
And apparently it's really good.
That's awesome. It is good. There's another good one, Eat That Question, which is it's all stuff you can find on YouTube, but it's just edited together. It's all like Zappa talking head stuff. So it's like you see how smart this guy actually was, like how clever he was, because the entire documentary is like, there's no people talking about him. It's all him being asked questions and responding.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, a great one.
Yeah,
I like the Dub Room special too. And Baby Snakes and 200 Motels. I mean, yeah, Zappa's the man. We would have to go by decade.
Yeah, you would definitely have to go by decade and probably genre too. I mean,
well, and I would think that we could probably just do like the Mothers releases.
Yeah.
That could be an episode type thing.
Man, I saw the Grandmothers a couple times, but I saw the Grandmothers in my neighborhood about 3 years ago at this little bitty bar. It was amazing. They're like 80 years old and still killing it.
I know we're getting off tangent. I'm sure this has been edited out and closed out by now.
No,
right?
this is all staying in. No edits here.
There's a great drum video on YouTube where they've gathered 6 of the drummers.
I've seen that.
Zappa. Yeah, I think it's incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. Zappa, yeah. I mean, the drummers that Zappa had were just kind of the best ever, period.
Yep. Yep.
I saw Vinny Caliuto.
And then there's Terry Bozzio.
Oh, yeah. No, I saw Vinny Caliuto play a few times, like with various acts, like Jeff Beck and with Dweezil and stuff. And that dude's just like insane. That dude's insane.
He's on a Megadeth album, Jason.
Yeah, we'll get to Megadeth one day. One day.
Hey, I totally took it off in the side tangent with Zappa, so I'll calm down.
Perfect.
Let us know in the comments below if you want to watch us talk about Zappa for 2 years.
Yeah.
Of course they do. Of course they do.
But like it does tie into the album in a way, so it's good.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Yeah, the influence is there for sure.
Nice.
Great album title. Strange Music for Strange People fits 100%.
It almost fits a little too well with Old Drunken Discography.
Yeah.
It was meant to be, guys.
It was meant to be.
It's kismet. There's some cultural synergy going on here.
Yeah.
When you win that MTV VMA award, give a shout out to ODD.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
They still do the VMAs? I don't know.
They do the video awards, but they don't do videos. And I've been trying to figure that one out for a couple years.
Well, I think YouTube kind of Democrat. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. That's a fucking different argument. That's a long talk. Jesus.
That's a whole nother thing. Yeah, for sure.
We probably need to wrap this up because we got a long night of some Billy Corgan to talk about. So,
thank you so much.
You guys.
Putney Swope. Check it out.
Yep.
We
check
love
the links
you.
out below. Join our Facebook. You can talk to Joe directly, ask him any questions we forgot, and be safe.
What's your favorite color?
And make good decisions by clicking the link below and checking this album out.
Cool.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.